I'm Insomniac.
I'm Pops.
And this is Shooting the Shit.
a.k.a. Chatting with Pops.
Alright, this is episode 37 of Shooting the Shit, a.k.a. Chatting with Pops. And today is a public topic, and I don't know what the topic is. What's the topic?
Well, this is going to be a quite serious topic and show, because the topic I want to talk about is twofold. Suicide, which has become awfully near and dear to my heart. Unfortunately, different people through the years now just taking themselves out. And then I want to talk about therapy, because I'm a person that was in therapy a long time, some crazy 16, 18 years, and my wonderful therapist retired, who I miss like I can't even put into words.
Shout out to Dr. Sculamaro.
Dr. Sculamaro.
Who watches these?
Absolutely the best. There's just no way to, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. That you're gone. But seriously, this is a very, very serious topic.
We're going to need to take her out to dinner at some point.
Yeah. Very serious topic, and I'm glad she got brought up, because she'll be brought up more in this episode. Because the bottom line, what was that? Her bell.
Something on my phone.
It's like I'm almost like a punch drunk. All right, I'm getting distracted. Back to the topic. There has been people in the last few years, especially, but the last 8 or 10 or more, that have taken their life. And I've been there before. So again, this is a serious episode. I don't know how much laughing you're going to do. You might laugh at me because I'm a character, but I've been there. I've been close. It's just not the answer. But when you're in that dark place, it doesn't seem like there's any other answer. So unfortunately, in the last year or so, 2 people who I knew very well and loved took their life. And it's quite devastating. At times, if I dwell on it, it really eats at me, because obviously there's nothing I can do. So it's quite heartbreaking. But I want to say this pertaining to suicide. There's a way out. There's an answer. I personally, Dr. Sculamaro was brought up. That's my therapist, and was Rob's as well for a while here. I would have to say that if I was not seeing her, I might be the statistic, and why I'm even bringing this topic up too. I might not be here. I'm not going to lie. But I'm here, and today I have a different outlook, a different view. I have tools. I think differently for the most part, Therapy is the way out. It's an answer. If you find a therapist you can trust, that you love, you'll be fine.
Let me get in there for a minute,
okay.
Because you said a key word related to therapy. See, a lot of people think therapy's a bunch of head shrinking nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
I did therapy with the same person for a long while. Tools is what therapy is all about. If you have a good therapist, especially, it's not about psychoanalyzing and about giving you answers. In fact,
right.
I remember talking to you quite often about Dr. Sculamaro, especially in the beginning, about being frustrated about the fact that she really gave me no answers. But then I started coming to realize that it wasn't her job to give me any answers. Her job was to help me figure out all the answers myself by giving me the tools to deal with everything that I was bringing to her. So she never gave me any direct answers. And at first, because, especially me, I'm about efficiency, I'm low on patience. So I was always like, how come Dr. Sculamaro does not give me any answers here, when it comes to problems that I'm having? That's because instead she was helping me build a toolbox of tools to deal with all of this stuff myself.
Yes.
And that's what you need. You don't need somebody, because if you rely on somebody to just, you keep bringing a problem to them and they keep giving you a solution, well, then every time you have a problem, you're going to go back to that same person for the solution. You need to be able to you need to be able to formulate those solutions on your own.
Absolutely, beautifully said. You need to realize that you can change your thought patterns, your perspective. You can turn your life around. You can do it. Now, I also believe in 12-step programs. First and foremost, before everything, I believe in, for me, you guys already noticed, many have heard me say it, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. I try to go there always first, but He has directed me You know, this is where I found Dr. Scalamaro, one of the greatest blessings in my life. We talk about her, we love her. She helped me change my life around. But 12-step programs, because you may have an addiction problem, they're there. If you're serious about it, there's tons and gazillions of rooms, we call them rooms, where you can go and turn your life around. You got to grab a hold of yourself.
Yeah, there's a lot of types of 12-step program. I think when people hear that, they just think,
well, no, right. There's
drugs or alcohol.
There's sex.
Programs.
There's tons of stuff. Love. You can be addicted to just about anything, and there's a lot of programs out here. But the point is, in all these programs, in therapy, like you say, it's not head shrinking, playing with your head. It ain't even all about drugs either. If you have a good therapist, like we just spoke of Dr. Scalamaro, he taught me right away. Well, first off, I learned my story quickly in therapy. What went wrong with me? What happened to me? Who did what and what? And then in the end result, no matter who did what, I had to let it all go and focus on me and changing my life around. So it's a very serious episode today. It could be done. This life is not without hope. I was hopeless, believe me, I promise you. What you don't know about Pops, and there's a lot of laughing here, and my family comes on and we jerk around. The so-called character I'm playing here was more like the character that I've had been my whole life. I'm actually not so much this character, don't fool yourself, behind the camera. I'm being honest today.
I'm the same fucking person on camera and off.
Well, truthfully, if my kids would even tell you that it was sat here already, in a sense, the character I'm being on camera in a lot of these other episodes, that was more the cat that I was. And, this is me too. There's a lot of me. But the reality is, I'm telling you, I'm looking right in the camera. Share this around. Let people know that, just not me, I know other people tell you, there's a way out of everything. You can do it. You don't have to find that things are hopeless. You don't have to sit on your hands. You can do it. Anyone could do it. You just have to get up, find yourself a great therapist, find a program if that's what you need, turn your life around. You could change it. Life is not hopeless. I promise you that I'm sitting here telling the truth today. I was as hopeless as you could get at many points in my life and was close to what friends of mine have done. And now they're gone, and there's times that I sit with myself and it eats at me. Just yesterday I found out someone who I wasn't sure how they died did commit suicide, and it's eating at me all last night. Today I'm thinking about a topic. I'm like, well, this is going to be serious. No fun and games here today. So if you're looking for laughs, I apologize.
And here's something you got to realize. I mean, I've never been close to committing suicide. Luckily, that's not my.
Well, unfortunately, pattern. I have.
I'm frustrated every day with life, that's for sure. But I don't get to that point. But one thing that is true that I've, a lot of friends have told me, that have some wisdom and stuff, which is a good process to have mentally, is even if you have a terrible day or you're going through something, you have pain, you have all this stuff. Every time you wake up, it's kind of like the reset button.
That's right.
It gives you every single day is another day.
Absolutely.
To reset and restart. Literally get a notebook, put down on paper what the issue is, where you want to be, map out a plan on how to get there. It might be hard, it might be a long road, it might suck. I'm still working on mine every day, but you know what? Every time you wake up, it's another opportunity to start over.
I want to say this to make sure this is in here. To anybody watching who knows the darkness that I speak of and this terrible darkness, I get it. I understand. I'm not saying I don't understand. People have lost people. It's a horrible place, but I'm just trying to throw some serious hope out here because there is hope. In that pyramid I built for me, God, who will lead you if you're serious, help me God where. Therapy is good. It's not a bunch of crap. You got to find a loving, caring, serious person, and they're out there. Dr. Scalamaro was, I wish I had 10 hands or be 10 thumbs up. The best of the best. They're out there. They can help you change your life around and not go this way.
I think another important thing to note about suicide, and this is an argument I've had with a lot of people, is that it's extraordinarily selfish. And I understand that people go, oh, well, the pain is so much that they can't really see.
Well, this is something you don't understand.
It's gonna, but here's.
It is selfish, but you don't understand.
Yeah, but it's not just selfish like going to buy yourself a new car. You're ruining everybody's life that's close to you.
Well, it's the same thing with drinking, with driving, right? But
those at least you're still there. I mean, you send
They're not really there. The person's dead. They're alive and dead. Okay.
From my perspective, because I know plenty of alcoholics, unfortunately, and I've had friends that are drug addicts. At least when if you see them wander in the street, there's a couple people I won't mention on camera that I know. And sometimes when I see them out on the street, they're out on the street, but it's like, wow, I'm glad he's still here. Because it gives me hope that maybe tomorrow he can fix what he's got to fix.
But they're really alive. They're alive but dead. And that I'm suffering that pain right now.
If you kill yourself, that's not fixable.
So.
And it sends a shockwave through absolutely everybody who cares
it's final.
At all.
It's final.
And,
it's final. No question.
And a lot of times, statistically, sometimes that just leads to more suicides. Sometimes the pain you cause a handful of other people are going to cause them to check out too. You don't know who's on the fence. And,
I'm not arguing that.
And was having a similar issue to begin with, and then you check out, and they're like, okay, well, on top of all the stuff I couldn't handle, now there's this. They check out, and even if they don't, you got people whose whole lives, the rest of their life is ruined or affected.
See, this is both sides of the coin, and you're right. You're 1,000% right. But
I'm not saying it's easy.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously people
would
kill themselves if it was an easy an easy situation to just say yes or no. But
also, I broke that pyramid down, right? God, therapy, programs. But there's people out here. I've always been one, and people will watch this and be serious and comment. You'll comment and say, "Yeah, Rob, you probably saved my life," and many other people helped to save my life. I'm one that was there for people. I'm always going to be there. If you're down and out, and I know you're down and out, and you need me, you need to talk to me, you need some wisdom, I'm going to give you this big shoulder to lean on. I've done it. People love you. You don't have to check out.
I don't know if it comes down to pride, or I don't know if it comes down what it comes down to sometimes, but I've had friends who, sometimes you can tell either when they're getting towards that point, or they might just tell you straight up, I don't think I can handle it anymore. You got to open your mouth and say something to somebody.
Yes.
Because even if it's somebody who maybe you don't consider a best friend or something like that, anybody who's got a heart and a soul, is going to talk you through it. That's going to help a lot.
No question.
You got to say something.
I've done it.
Because even if you're not talking about therapy, or even if unfortunately you don't believe in God, which it's been a huge thing even for my life too.
Uh-huh.
You can't handle it by yourself. You gotta tell somebody, say something. You'd be surprised.
Absolutely.
Just having a conversation with a friend will be the difference between you jumping off a building at the end of the night, or going to sleep and saying, screw it, let's try for better tomorrow. You got to talk to somebody. Talk to anybody. Even if you don't want to hire a therapist, just talk to somebody.
And I want that to be just as stressed as the pyramid I gave. Don't quit. Again, so yeah, but the darkness, I've been in that darkness. And for me, I know by the grace of God, there went I, and I'm still here. And I don't know why, but I'm thankful. And what he said before, the repercussions of the pain that people suffer. Someone that this is why this topic came up today, was somebody that I just know from program but loved and know is depressed like I was depressed. And it's paining me.
Plus, here's an interesting perspective.
It's just hurts my heart.
Here's an interesting perspective, and like I said earlier, I've never really thought of suicide. But there have been plenty of times in my life where I feel like, wow, I'm at the bottom, and that's where a lot of people feel. I think when they're about ready for that.
Yeah.
And here's a
bottom.
Here's a perspective that I think though maybe some people should consider. If you're at the bottom and you feel like things can't get any worse, there's only one
get better.
Right? There's only one direction you can go from there.
Up.
So yeah, it might be a hell of a struggle. You might have to claw your way back out of the hole. But you know what? If you're already at the bottom and you're still taking breaths somehow, well, guess what? It's only going to get better from there.
No
So
question.
now,
And
gain the tools, talk to somebody, work through it, and shit can't get any worse, can it?
No. And the thing is, let me say this to you out there that were watching. I hope you're watching and listen. I've had friends that the first thing they do, family, friends, first thing they do when you say, oh, I'm struggling, is, well, you got a fucking beautiful family, and you got a fucking car, and you got what the fuck are you depressed about? That's bullshit. Let me say to you, you're going to lose somebody like that. I don't know how I even bear up under that bullshit when I used to hear it, because it was like, but I understand you don't understand. But I appeal to people to try to dig down deep and realize that the pain is horrible, and to try to understand and not say to somebody, but you have this and you have that, and that's old-fashioned, old-school bullshit that doesn't change shit. That's not a tool. That's like a knock. No, it's not. I'm trying to snap you out of something. Bullshit. This is a serious problem.
Well, that to a degree,
serious fucking problem.
That to a degree is the differentiating factor between professional help and, I mean, you might have some wise friends that really help you through it, but you also have to have a certain expectation level when you're just giving your friend a jingle as opposed to seeking out a good therapist or something like that.
It's true.
Because they're going to understand, you know, what angles to take and how to actually help you, as where, again, if you have a wise friend, they might have similar knowledge for you, but you might have some that just don't get it, and not because they don't have heart, but because they just don't get it.
Right, I've had that.
And so they try to throw their perspective at you, and it's not going to be the right one.
Right, I've had that, and I want to say this, I love you people, and you damn well know who you are, because some of you will watch this. I love you guys, but your advice, that doesn't cut it. Oh, you got to be strong. It's not that. It doesn't lay there. This goes deep. It's layers. By the way, you can peel those layers from the onion back with the right help. And while you're peeling the onions, you got one tool here, another layer of the onions peeled off, another tool, and there are tools. And you build this toolbox. And a friend of mine once shared one time, and I love this guy too. Well, I got my toolbox, and I come here, and I put one tool and another tool, and let me tell you, I share that often. He was right. I got it that night. I was suicidal the night he said it. One of the nights, I was suicidal. And I got up, walked out of a 12-step program, and went, right, I have a toolbox. I mean, I couldn't even clearly understand it, but I got that. I received it. And he was right. So what me and Rob agree on big time there is, just like Dr. Scalamaro, you can build a toolbox. You can change your way of thinking. You can look at things differently. That doesn't mean you're still not going to get down or possibly find yourself somewhat depressed, but grab a hold of that lifeline, you know? And you're right. Professional help, if you're really that dark, is the first thing to go to as far as I'm concerned. God, professional help. But this is serious. So like I said, I heard about someone else who I didn't know how they went quite a few months back, and I'm sure now that they committed suicide. It just rocked my world again. Last year, someone that was so near and dear to me growing up and made music with me, I'll leave it at that, you know, didn't see a way out. And he's not here no more. He's not here no more. That one really killed me and killed other people. Someone I never thought would cry when I called and made that phone call, bawled like a baby. Blew my mind. So this is far-reaching. It's painful. So this episode
most
is
of the people watching this, you know, you probably know somebody who
or maybe yourself, suicide. You know. So you can make it. Don't quit. Don't give up, and take it from us. If you have any respect for us or like us or whatever, there's good help out there. You got to look for it. You got to search for it, but there's help. Get the help.
Yeah, don't
go that way.
On the most basic level, speaking of us, I mean, I never say who they are, but I've actually had a couple subscribers reach out to me. You know, when they feel like there's nothing left. Shit, send me an email.
Well, that's what I'm saying about me. I've always been that way. Good, Rob. Because you know, he knows his father. I've always been there.
And yeah, I mean, the people I'm talking about it and go, what the hell's the matter with this guy? Delete. And sometimes I'll talk to them for 50 emails.
Yeah,
let's go.
I've had other friends, and you know, like my buddy, I'll just say first name, Dave. Man, Dave was there, man, times where you don't know Dave, my old buddy Dave Bart since junior high school. Let me tell you, there was times this guy, long before I started therapy.
Let me throw a side note in there.
See? Good man.
Let me throw a side note in there for Dave, because I'm sure he'll probably watch it. I think I've said this to Dave before. Even outside of what he's talking about with their friendship.
Well, top shelf man.
One of the most instrumental people in helping us through some of our toughest times ever. I wish I could give you an award or something. Yeah. I mean,
Dave Barth.
We don't speak to Dave often, which we should probably talk
Tremendous
to more.
Man.
What an awesome guy.
Top shelf human being.
He's even helped me personally with a ton of stuff.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dave. This isn't a shout out episode, but
awesome and a kind word the man had always had for me when I was in the worst of times. Here's a friend. You know, who listened and talked to me and was kind. And there's people out there, don't give up. Don't do it. Suicide is not the answer. It's very far-reaching. So, you know, I don't know how much further I'm going with this episode. So, don't do it. This is not a fun episode today. I'm pleading, if people are behind this camera, reach out, get help. Don't do it. You're going to wreck a lot of lives. Please don't do it. So. I mean, I'm about my end here, but that's what's on my heart today, and that's our public episode. So please, I hope I could save someone's life.
It's a public episode and a PSA at the same time. Leave comments for
yes,
sure.
Yes, please.
You know, I mean, whether it's just, you know, you've been close or you are, or you know people that have been through it, or, you know, whatever the case may be. You know, leave some comments. I mean, we're a couple of crazy but cool-ass people to talk to. And, I mean, you'd be surprised, like I said, if you have friends, you have relatives, you got people, a lot of people care about you, even if you don't think they do.
Yes, they do.
You know, if you tell somebody how serious shit's getting, because here's the thing, you got to realize everyone's wrapped up in their own lives.
That's true.
They're not sitting around wondering what your mental state is.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you got to be specific. You got to just tell your friend or your loved one or your significant other, whatever. Right? Look, I'm at this point.
That's right.
This is how serious the shit is. I don't know if I'm gonna be here tomorrow. And watch how fast the conversation progresses. Nobody's gonna be like, okay, good, see you later.
No, I would hope not.
You know, it's gonna be a conversation. You gotta tell somebody.
Yes.
You gotta tell somebody, because, like I said, people are just wrapped up in their own shit. I'm one of those people. I'm so busy that I walk by people every day. I talk to people all the time. I don't really know what they're going through. Sure, whatever small talk we exchanged, because I'm always thinking about something else. You gotta tell me. You gotta tell somebody else.
And let me end this. And I'm ending this episode on this note. There has been many friends really been there for me in darkness. So that's what we're stressing too. Don't quit. They're there. Don't check out. Don't do it. You know. So I mean, this is the episode today. I hope this helps or saves somebody, because that's what I'm out trying to do right here. And I haven't shed some tears in a long, long time. But my heart is breaking over the idea that there are people that I've lost and have lost. It's been too many. You know, other people that are suffering because of it, who I love as well. But even that, the light of day is right here. No matter what you've been through, even if you've been through that loss, your father, your mother, your friend, you can make it. Don't ever quit. So that's how I want to end this episode. And again, please comment, please reach out to us. Well, thank you. And next time we'll have some laughs.
All right, that was episode 37. We will see you next week with a patron picked topic, because those episodes, we don't pick the topics. The patrons get to pick those. So again, hit the link at the top of the video description. Sign up over there. You get to see this every single week. And sayonara.
God bless you.